Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us in beautiful Cannes. Maybe you could begin with a brief introduction to Animale. What can people expect when they watch it?
Yeah, it's about a girl. She's living in a ranch in the south of France, and she likes to race bulls. And there is a rumor about a wild bull who killed some guys. So it's a very, very strange movie. It's a Western fantastic in the south of France, where I grew up. And it's very important for me to give enthusiasm to people for watching the movie.
And if you can talk us through your sort of initial inspiration, where you first got the idea, because as you say, you grew up in this region with the running of the bulls, and you'd even done a documentary about this sort of woman basically in an incredibly male environment. So was that the starting point, the character?
No, but there are many inspirations for me. It was, you know, when you are a teenager and you just go to fête votive. It's like we have a lot of party with bulls in the south of France, and I grew up like this. I was a girl with my boyfriend, and we just walk in the streets, maybe in Cannes, and wow, we can meet a bull in the street because there is a lâcher de taureau. How do you say? Is they bull escape in the city, and it was like a mythological inspiration for me. It was like Minotaur, you know the Minotaur, and so I grew up with this inspiration, and I made two documentaries, and one documentary about a woman who liked to race bulls. And when I follow her during 1 year, I realized that it was very difficult for her to be a woman in a male environment, and in the same time she was very determined, and she loves bull, and I love to see this woman wants to be a part and in a place that doesn't want her, and it was very, very important for me to represents a woman in this place.
And I love how the film blends and sort of subverts so many different genres, because a lot of the time it's filmed in a very realistic way, but then it has these fantastical elements that come in, and sort of the tropes of a Western as well. Why did you want to play with the genre in that way to tell your story?
I like to play with genre because spectators are expecting a lot with genre, but when you just playing with the codes, the rules of genre, I think you can subvert a lot of things politically and psychologically. And I love genre. I love rom-com. I love fantastic. I love horror. I grew up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's very important for me. It was like my favorite TV show when I was teenager, and I learned a lot of feminist things with genre. And for me, genre, it's very important because it's not like when you are realistic or social movie, you say the things front of people. And genre allows me to transform and to be metaphorical, to create a metaphor. And for me, it's very important for teenagers, maybe for people who don't want to. They don't want to look at documentary or to see a lot of things, but maybe with the genre they just enter in the other door, you know, like je sais pas comment on dit, une autre porte, tu vois.
Another way to enter.
Yes, it's another way to enter and more, I think, more popular and sometimes. More popular, but even politically. And so it's very important for me that the movie can touch a lot of different people.
And I know you've worked with Olivia before. Did you have her in mind when you were writing the character of Nejma? And she plays it so incredibly, and it's a sort of physically and emotionally demanding role. So how did you work with her, to prepare and to pull it off so well?
Yeah, Ulaya, it's like my sister. I just write the script for her. So she was, with me all the time on writing the scripts, and she's very generous. She's smart, and she has this quality. Maybe American and maybe English actors have a lot. It's like they want to enter in the character very, very deeply, and they can be prepared during, have a preparation during maybe 5 months, 6 months. And Ulaya likes it. She came with me in Camargue 5 months before. For being Nejma, and it was very hard indeed, because a lot of people in Camargue don't want the movie because it was a woman in arena doesn't exist, they said. But with Ulaya, we just walk a lot in the small village, and we just meet a lot of people, and people who qui nous ressemblent, who look like us, I think, and who understand what we are doing. Yeah, it was very intense, and physically she prepares the role. During 3 months she has, comment tu dis, un entraînement intense, a training. Yeah, training a lot for doing animals, and during on the set she just listen bulls in her airport before the transformation scene, or before the course, before the scene of course, Camargues.
What do you hope people will take away from watching the film? Because as you say, perhaps if you tried to do a social realist film, trying to tackle ideas of toxic masculinity, of women's place in these environments, of violence, sexual violence, it might be quite hard for a heavy-going film. But perhaps by having these genre elements, it allows people to think about these issues in a slightly different way.
I made this movie for a lot of reasons, and it's very important for me. Very, very important. And during this movie there is a scream, and a scream of a girl. And I think in a horror movie always we see girls screaming, women screaming all the time, for they have fear, and someone follow her, etc., etc. And I want that people watch the movie, a woman and men, after the movie, have this desire to scream, and to scream for rage, not for fear, and to scream for rage because rage, I think it's the first step for the future, and for just have a listen in the world.
Beautifully put. And just very finally, what does it mean to you to have your film here in Cannes and putting it in front of this wonderfully diverse audience?
I'm so happy, but I'm so stressed too. And I'm so happy because all of my actors, non-professional actors, they live not very far, just 2 hours of Cannes, and they will come tomorrow. And for me, it's wow. It's like a gift of the universe to have this non-professional actor with me, and to share with the world what we did together. Wow, it's exciting.
Very quickly, do you know what you're working on next? Have you got your other projects?
Yes, I have a project of série with my producer. It's about masculinity too.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all that with me, and I really can't wait for everyone else to be able to see the film. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.